this one. Right. Questions for the chaps, please. Oh, we've got one.
Oh, perfect. You're nice and close. There you go.
Thank you. I mean, as the voice of D-Luck in this room, I love our JRLOs. Thank you, Rupert. Can you mentioned it as part of your MACA presentation? Can you talk a little bit about the importance of outcome-focused planning, and when you're dealing with military liaison officers, importance of not assuming that you need a Chinook, but understanding and being able to articulate actually the outcome you want to achieve, and then looking to your expertise about how you can assist in achieving that.
Yeah, it's a really good point to bring up, is that what we're asking, that what I will ask you is, what are you trying to do with this? Not what bit of kit you want. So exactly that point is, you do not need a Chinook. What you need is 2 trucks. Chinooks look better, sound better, but 2 trucks will do it. So don't talk to us about what the stuff you want. It's not like an Argos catalogue. You go through, yeah, I'll have 2 of those, 4 of those, 8 of those, and I want it now. Instead go, I want to move some patients from this hospital to this place here across a bit of water. Can you help? And then I can go, yeah, that sounds all right. We can do that. So it's really important to talk to us about effects, but that's what I will do. So I will never let you come to an SCG and say, we're asking for this. I'll go, this is what we're trying to achieve, and I will then massage that through. So our role is to make sure that anything that comes out in a MACA request out of an SCG or lead government department is written in the right words so that we can get that through correctly.
Brilliant question.
Oh, I've got one down here.
Yeah, Chris Samuel from Joint Cheshire Emergency Planning Team. It's a question for Rupert. Do you think that LRFs are much better now at asking for help early from the military, through MACA? I think maybe, I don't know, going back 5-10 years ago, we were probably a little bit slow or reluctant. Do you think we're faster at asking for help early these days, or is it the same?
I think we've been along a pathway now with our partners that has been, certainly take Wiltshire, a great example, was Morlop, so the Salisbury poisonings leading straight into COVID. And so we have walked the same path for years. And so we absolutely now understand where we fit into that and how well that works now. So you're absolutely right. There's been a really nice change in that, and that I'm on the executive group of all of my LRFs as a key member of that to make sure we maintain that, sustain that, and drive that forward. But yeah, it's a much better place.
So my role as Surgeon General, I would see all of the medical MACAs that are being requested from all of the devolved administrations. And I can say that at the start of COVID, the NHS, didn't know about MACA and didn't know how to ask because they'd never asked before. They would never have thought of going to the military to ask for support because we are 1% the size of the NHS. But I can tell you that they've got very good at it, and the threshold has come right down.
Question there?
Yeah.
Harrison Maxwell, Black Women Darwin. Major General, Lieutenant Colonel, firstly, I just want to say thank you both, and thank you both for your service. I think I can say from everyone here. My question would be to either. The area that I work within has quite a large populace where English is their second language, or some of them don't speak English at all. And Major General, I believe you spoke about your time in Afghanistan in 2009, where you had to sort of learn about that different language. When dealing with an emergency situation, it can be very, very difficult potentially to work within cultures and work within people who possibly don't speak English or possibly struggle to speak English. How would you look, or how would you advise to look at those situations and to ensure that we can have the best approach in an emergency where English is potentially not the first language?
Crikey. I think that's a really good question. It's not necessarily one for the military in the UK. It must be definitely one for the NHS in the UK about how they can provide appropriate interpreters in a timely manner to deal with emergencies. When we go overseas, then it's predictable the languages that we are going to come in contact with, and we make sure that we embed interpreters. What we have to be careful, though, and it's happened before, is that the interpreter can often become the patient advocate rather than just interpreting. So they put their own spin on what is being said by the patient, but we're well used to that. So when we go overseas, we absolutely need interpreters, or you learn the language yourself.
Just to add, in a full fat, quick moving Maca will not be able to respond to that at all. But interestingly, in the slower ones that are considered and planned, we have done quite a bit of that. We've canvassed it was the army for someone who could speak a very small niche dialect, which we happen to have a service personnel who could do that, and we've lent them to the police for it's 3 months to act as an interpreter for them. But that we've actually fished for that. But it is a remarkably diverse workforce. If you look at the army, certainly if you happen to have a disaster that's occurring in a Fijian population, we're sorted.
One more question.
In which case, I'll just add, just from a healthcare perspective and from an NHS perspective, we had a major incident back in April, June, one of the strikes, where we had a 2-coach crash where all of the people were Portuguese and did not speak English. The healthcare response was to put out a message over the PA at the hospitals that were going to receive patients, asking for all Portuguese speakers. We had kitchen staff, porters, cleaners. If they spoke Portuguese, they were assigned to a patient to translate for them. And if any of you want to watch on YouTube Hospital, the BBC documentary, the first episode was St Thomas's during the Westminster Bridge attack. They did exactly the same, finding French-speaking staff to translate for the French patients. So NHS, we covered. We tend to have a very diverse staff with many languages. We will find them at short notice. Does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, I've just got 2 follow-ups, which is beware the public address system. One of them was I put out a call in the field hospital public address system for the padre to come to the operating theatre, which probably wasn't a good thing. It turns all the patients could hear that as well and knew there was something going on, so don't do that again. Note to self. And the second was in Camp Bastion, which was a large camp. We needed blood. We were running out of blood because we'd had bursts of casualties, so we put out a public address system for blood donors. We were absolutely swamped. I mean, literally, the Americans came in coaches. So I thought, no, that's not a good way of managing a finite resource.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I was also particularly moved by your reflections, Tim, on the way that you process your own feelings and what has been an extraordinary set of life events. I was very, very moved by your poetry. I know Nathan's just found a video made of it that we've just shared. And please do make sure that we're able to promote it when the book is out. We will all look forward to that. And thank you for expressing it through those ways. It's incredibly powerful. Please would you join me in thanking both of our excellent speakers. I am delighted. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you both.